Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna, Gauranga, Gauranga, Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. No music? Oh. Okay, I got to restart this again. Hang on, everybody. Same thing. Yeah, I got to restart my computer, I guess. Krishna. Music. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Let me know if you got music. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. All right, here we go. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Yeah, I just thought today we'll talk a little bit about the difference or transitioning from Vaidhi Bhakti to Raganuga Bhakti, because we have people coming now who have contact with like ISKCON and other devotional groups, and they're only familiar with Vaidhi Bhakti, and that's and they like maybe from their heart they're feeling like they like these classes, but it can be confusing unless you have some deeper siddhanta, some theoretical approach to understand what's going on. Because they don't teach this. If you come to ISKCON or let's see, Gaudiya Math, they don't teach this system, even though it's in the books, even though it's in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Prabhupada said the Chaitanya Leela, Chaitanya Charitamrita principles, which are about Raganuga Bhakti and spontaneous devotional service, is postgraduate. See, and I have that order from Oh, good. I'm glad you're here, Abby. This is mainly for persons like you that come to Prabhupada and ISKCON and or any of the Vaishnava groups. I haven't seen anybody teaching what we're teaching here, and this is blessed by Prabhupada. When I started teaching this system, because spontaneously people were coming, and Prabhupada came right away and said, yes, this has my full approval. You're doing exactly what I want you to do. You do more of that. This came in a lucid dream in 1996. See, so I see as people are coming from this background of ISKCON and that knowledge that you get from the Vaidhi platform. See, it's like Prabhupada taught the devotees the basics of following the regulative devotional service, fasting, regulative programs, deity worship, and other things. Basically ceremonial worship, go on pilgrimages. These are preliminary activities called devotional service in practice. You're practicing. It's not necessarily from your heart yet, but it depends. Some people, like I think you're in that case, you just from your heart, as much as you know of your heart, is you're worshiping Krishna and Nishingadev with all your mind and all your heart and all your soul. Is as far as you know. This goes on forever. You can deepen this intimacy, this ecstasy in the intimacy, and that's called Raganuga Bhakti, spontaneous devotion. So this is what people don't understand very well. And people coming here, there she is. Hey, good. See, the sweet persons come. Okay, so yeah, and so this is very important to learn, and otherwise it'd be very hard for you to transition because you'll hear me speaking things that you might say, well, I didn't hear Prabhupada. He didn't say this, or he didn't teach this. And the example you could use is see, Jesus taught more or less a bit of a Raganuga Bhakti path, Jesus Christ. So he comes, and the Pharisees, like you could compare them like ISKCON devotees and devotees like in these other groups, they're kind of Brahmins and sannyasis, and they teaching Vaidhi Bhakti principles. If you compare the principles of the Old Testament and the New Testament, they're messages from God at a particular time, place, and circumstance. Okay? So Moses preached more rules, regulations, ceremonies, fastings, and all this kind of stuff. The Vaidhi Bhakti path is similar. Fasting, rules, regulations, like that. Okay? Then Jesus comes. Now I'm here to teach how to make these comparisons. This is universal. It applies. It's very important. It helps make it clear. So Jesus comes along and he's teaching a new message. That's why they say they have the Old Testament is a message of God through the prophet Moses and Abraham. See, the Lord uses, he teaches, if you look in our books, see, this is why I love our books. And I love the Bible. I love all these things, but especially our books because they explain everything more clearly. See, so the Lord's quality and an acharya's quality was a special personality empowered by that transcendental Lord. The Lord's quality and the acharya's quality is they preach according to the time, place, and circumstance. Okay, so the circumstances at that time, people were not very cultured. I mean, they were having sex with their mothers when Moses was here. They didn't know. There was no sin. There was no law. See, they didn't know what the sin was and all that, and they were getting syphilis and all kinds of weird things, making weird things with people. They didn't understand the basics. When Prabhupada came to America, even though Raganuga Bhakti and spontaneous devotion, Vaidhi Bhakti is both preached in our books, he taught Vaidhi Bhakti. He looks around, just like Moses looked around, and the Lord inspired Prabhupada to teach Vaidhi Bhakti. Just like he inspired Bhakti Siddhanta and Bhakti Vinod, even though they personally were spontaneous devotees. They were very close with God and Krishna, to the point of ecstasy. I'm sure Moses was also. That's why he was the leader, chosen leader. See, so that's why they call it the Old Testament. And so Jesus comes with a new message according to time, place, and circumstance. See, it's in our books. You can check all this. Nectar Devotion, Qualities of Krishna. He's a genius. And so the Acharya is also a genius. They don't think inside a box. They're not boxed by even the Vedas. They have to do things that will make people take to God, according to a certain time, place, and circumstance. The basic principles of Raganuga Bhakti as Vaidhi Bhakti are pretty standard, but people to date don't understand. Can you post restream connection? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to get off. Otherwise, this will be a problem. Yeah, this is very important, even if you can't. Okay. So, already. Yeah. So anyway, according to the time, place, and circumstance, the message from God comes through his real intimate associate. That's the bottom line. Okay. Yeah. So the bottom line is you know what I'm going to do? Oh, okay. The bottom line is the Lord works according to time, place, circumstance. So he worked through Prabhupada to teach Vaidhi Bhakti. He worked through Moses to teach a Vaidhi Bhakti process. And through Jesus came with it seemed like a new message, but it's a more intimate message. It's a more powerful message. You could say it's more Raganuga's message. And if you listen to that teaching and that message of God that comes through his Vai medium, like Jesus, or like it did 550 years ago, and then right after Lord Chaitanya disappeared, and still the system of Raganuga Bhakti was still being taught by Narottam and Shamananda and Srinivas. Okay, they were the preachers of the intimate system of Raganuga Bhakti and spontaneous devotion. Where did they preach from? They preached from the books of the Goswamis, who wrote all about it. And those books to them were their precious jewels, just like it is here for the devotees who get what we're preaching here. Okay, so when they preached that Raganuga spontaneous devotion, this very intimate relationship with the Supreme Lord began to manifest in the devotees who heard that more intimate message of these principles. So most of the Vaishnavas that are coming from ISKCON, if you come here, you'll have to basically, just forget about what you learned from these devotees who are not as intimate with the Lord as the Raganuga spontaneous devotees are. You have to kind of keep an open mind and be ready to just erase certain things that are obstacle to this path. So otherwise you're not suited for this path. See, the only qualification is you see the way the devotees worship here. Okay, so I'll start getting into the book. This I'm going to preach, but I'll show you these principles. The only qualification here is that you see the way like a devotee like Lalita worships, or Govinda, with a pure heart and real intimate ecstasy and all these amazing symptoms that manifest. And you think, boy, I would also like to worship like that, if you don't already. Or you may have some symptoms occasionally and you think, wow, boy, this is fantastic. Boy, I really like this way of worship. That's the only qualification. You could be perfect in the Vaidhi Bhakti path. You could follow the rules like lines in the stone, fast, all these things. But if you come here and you say, oh, what are you doing here? I don't like this way of worship. I like more of a reverent and distant and my speculations. Because only the Raganuga, only the spontaneous devotees have a very deep, intimate understanding of the Lord's real desires, real nature, real happiness. The Vaidhis are more distant from that. That's why they look over here. Gurus look over here. What's going on over there? Purushet looks over here. And that's why, if you asked him, like, oh, is Gohari bona fide? Yeah, no, not at all. And he could be a nice guy. I'm sure he follows the rules sincerely and is like, I watch his, to me, I watch his program and I said, wow, he really catches everything. He's sincere in that way. But to me, it was boring. He's like, boy, I couldn't, not interested. I like the juice, and so people come here. If that's interesting to you, and you think, boy, this is really good, yeah, I've had people come here. Yeah, one lady I just unfriended. I thought, she's not in. She says, what's the difference between the way you worship and the Vaidhis? The only difference is you cry and laugh. So what? Oh, yeah, so what? The way I worship is my life and soul. But what I understand is my life is, you don't care? Okay, we'll go to the Vaidhis, worship over there. So, that's the only qualification, because there are millions of Vaidhi devotees, there are herds of them. And they may come and look and say, I don't like it. I like a more distant relation. I don't, to jump on the altar. Because when you see a devotee chanting in ecstasy, it's no different than them jumping on the altar and hugging Krishna, because that's what's happening in truth. They don't have to jump on the altar. The altar is in their bodies. Mom Murti, I think I got to keep you down on this message, because otherwise there's problems with your thing and I can't be doing it. I'll lose this strain. So you just stay down and listen, okay? Thank you. Sorry about that. If you had a seamless connection, it'd be different, but you don't. Yeah, so don't even try. I'm just gonna take you off here, and okay, see you later. Bye. Okay. Yeah, all right. So that's the qualification, is you see the devotees who worship in a more intimate way, because Vrindavan is a more intimate worship. The Vrindavan is the most secret of Krishna's most intimate heart. His most intimate devotees are there, but they're the most misunderstood. That's why it's a dham. It's a certain place of worship with certain types of devotees. Those same type of devotees are here in our Sangha. That's why we're misunderstood. But I got the order from Prabhupada and the confirmation that Lord Chaitanya wants this preached now. And I see the fruit of that. Not everybody comes here, but certain people come here. If you want protection from, you don't get full protection from the envious in Vaidhi Bhakti. If you want a higher standard of worship, a more relaxed standard, like Abhiye was telling me. Okay, great. Like you were telling me this morning that, boy, you're working all the time and you got to do this and this service and that service and distribute Prabhupada's books. And you say, I'm burnt out, and you will be burnt out. You will you're even getting sick. Do you think that's really pleasing? I know Krishna sees your sincerity. I see your sincerity. That's why he brought you here. I got some good news for you, just like Jesus had good news for those Moses people. And we got good news for everybody, actually, but who can hear the good news? That's another thing. So the good news is you can relax a little bit now. You found the real path. You found Vrindavan. You found the door to Vrindavan, and I'll prove it to you. You stay here long enough, I'll show you the door to Vrindavan. I'll show you these things. Not only me, but my associates here. There are some very advanced devotees here. Yeah, and so, yeah, this is very different from the worship in the Vaidhi level, and this is more intimate. And because when you're worshiping the Lord with more intimacy, what does that mean? The Lord is closer to you. Who is the Lord? Very few people know. The Lord is like a fire. If he's attracted to you because you come in the right door, in the right way, and the right preaching, See, the right direction, which is the bona fide Raganuga, spontaneous devotee. You come so close that the Lord burns away all your problems, all your troubles, all the difficulties, all your misconceptions. You just keep hearing. When you're hearing from a bona fide spiritual master, it's no different from hearing from Krishna when he was talking to Arjuna, or Krishna when he was talking through Shukadev Goswami, or any bona fide spiritual master. The only difference is we have another message here, which is based on Prabhupada's books, authorized by the whole disciplic line. Whoever wants, this is the good news, you can begin to relax. You coming here one day, one moment can be better than 40 years of doing strict sadhanas and fastings and all these things and distributing Prabhupada's books, because you will get a clarity that you can't get by doing all those things for many lifetimes. And you get it on a silver platter. You get it just handed to you. That's real bhakti. All that else is practice. If it brought you here, now you can relax. You found the real path. Just sit and follow the principles taught here. If you do that, you're going to get a much higher result than following those basic principles of Vaidhi Bhakti taught now by people who are not even really that clear. A lot of them are hypocrites. They don't follow a lot of these persons don't follow this stuff. A lot of them are just mundane persons. In a guy, just, they just look nice, and maybe I was watching these gurus, a lot of them, they're going around, it's so false, man. Come on. You found that's such a fantastic place. Can't you feel the juice here? Can't you ever see any kind of life like this? This is God coming through. Big time. Freedom. You want freedom? Sorry. Gotta close the window. We don't want to get thrown out of our house. It's such a nice place. Energy. See, the life of the truth is here. You listen to this word and hear it. It's all in these books. Let me start reading from one here. Okay, let's see. Okay. Vishvanatha Chakravati Thakura. This is Ragvartma Chandrika. This is, could say he was one of the Goswamis in that sense. Ragvartma Chandrika. Here it is. Yeah. I'm going to give you the book here, the link here, Lalita. Maybe I'll have you read a little bit. Yeah, I'll answer your question in a little bit there, Woody. Okay, let me get this going here. Private chat. Okay, it's in the private chat there. Coming. See if this works. Okay. Hare Krishna. Where'd it go here? Okay. All right. Yeah, read verse 1 and just continue until I tell you the stuff.
Okay. Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Oh, glory to you. Thank you. Oh, glory to Lord Chaitanya. Pratama Prakash. First diffusion from Sri Sri Ragavartma. Again and again. I offer my humble obeisances to those devotees who are like Shakura birds, relishing the nectar of Srila Rupa Goswami's words.
See, this is spontaneous devotee. Relishing, this is the new way to learn Srimad Bhagavatam. Like I was telling you today, Abhay, you said, I'm reading Prabhupada's books as part of my program. I said, you can relax on that because you didn't know the way to understand Prabhupada's books. Really, that's okay for beginners. But the advanced stage, if you want to come to the advanced stage, it's attentive hearing here. This is the best way to learn Prabhupada's books now. This is the right way. This is the way Shukadev Goswami learned Prabhupada's books, or yeah, that too. But the way he learned the real Bhagavatam was not by studying it. It's by studying the word coming from the vibration of an empowered personality, a medium, Shukadev Goswami. Oh man, did that go deep. Now he was really learning and inquiring, kind of like you're doing. You're showing a good example. You inquire, you ask questions. You want to know. See, you're this that now you're like, you want to learn the real Bhagavatam, you must have a situation where you have a truly genuine spiritual master, not these little babies. All of them are little children. I just get so these little guys trying to be a big cheese. They're small cheeses, really small slice you get there. Yeah. So you, whether you know right now or not, which you probably don't know, but it'll become very clear. You must become like a real part of the Bhagavatam. You must become the Abhaye Dasi, you must become a living Bhagavatam. You must start as a Maharaj Parikshit and come to the point where you see that you're sitting before a person who is actually being used by that Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then this will work. Then you will attain Vrindavan like that. Then I'm telling you, I'm going to show you your all your sincere efforts and all that. The best thing that it did was bring you here. Best thing. To have fun with us. I mean, we have a great time. You don't find me getting burnt out on anything. Nobody gets here. You can relax now. Take off that tight pair of shoes of Vaidhi, man, and really learn. You can be like you must be like Maharaj Parikshit. If you don't attentively hear here or come to the point that you see that this is where to be to learn the real Bhagavatam, because the real Krishna consciousness movement is not this Vaidhi thing they teach. It's Chaitanya Charitamrita principles by the chapter 1 on the spiritual master. It says, by the action, chapter 1, somewhere in there, about 98 or 100 or somewhere about that. By the action of the book Bhagavat, that's Prabhupada's books, not Ritvik Baloney. Not that Purishit's idea. No, that's not real. That's for babies. We go by the book there, Abhaye Dasi. We go by the book here. I am very sincere about that. We go by the book. It's by the action of the book Bhagavat, and that is Prabhupada's books. And the living devotee Bhagavat. You can check what I say. And the devotee Bhagavat is living. They got alive in a body. See? By that action of hearing the real book Bhagavat explained by an empowered, genuine realized devotee, not a wannabe guru who was 25 years old and took sannyas and became guru when Prabhupada passed away at 25 friggin' years old. Come on, man, wake up. It's logical, right? Logical. Let's eat some popsicles. Yeah, and by the action of the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat, see that action? What is the action? What you see here, man, we're in action. You're in action. You're an example, and everybody here that's listening attentively of following the real Bhagavatam. You got a bona fide guru and a bona fide hearer who's listening attentively. Now, what is the result? The next part of the verse, ecstatic love of God is awakened in the heart of the devotee. That's why you were shaken. You know, when you said, "Oh, I'm feeling like Govinda," because you were, whether you were clear about it or not, but that you were hearing from a bona fide place that causes these things. See? The desired result is love of God, and it comes very quickly when you have all the ducks in a row, when you have the formula being preached to you and you follow the formula. The formula isn't by the action of the book Bhagavat and the action of an unrealized guru. No way will it work. Impossible. But I don't know, this is her fault. She's so sincere, you know. It's just Krishna just drawing it out of me. I just get, in a comedy routine here, Yeah, it doesn't see. Do you see that, Abhay Dasi? How it works? It's a formula, man. That's why the book is here, to give proper direction. Not misdirection. It's not by the action of the book Bhagavat speculated on a wannabe guru who is not love of God. Hey man, you're not guru till you got prema bhakti, and can you prove it? I want to see some tears. I want to see some shaking. I want to see some laughing. I want to see some transmission of that, because Lord Chaitanya taught in Chaitanya Charitamrita that yes, it is correct. The real spiritual master awakens devotion to Krishna. Hey, man, we do that here. That shows you we are bona fide and not boneheads. People, not everybody gets it. We got some boneheads out here, man. The guy who wrote you a message. Matter of fact, that guy, I told him not to contact new people, but he's so friggin' lusty. I got crazy people here. What can I do? I'm preaching publicly. Lord Chaitanya told me just give it out, whoever. But we get some boneheads here, who don't listen. 6 friggin' years that Tom has been coming. Okay, and I told him don't do this. And he comes to the new people and does it. So watch it. You got one more chance. 6 friggin' years. Don't do any real service. Nothing. Just sponging. Watch out. You new people. I am going to give a public warning. New people, be careful. Don't answer that Tom. He's got motives. He's not sincere yet. And I'm ready to boot him out of our thing. I want sincere people who are really looking for the real path. Not these guys that hang out for 6 years. And still under their breath. I'm not into that. You had 6 years to become sincere. If not, why don't you take a hike? Go to the Vaidhis. Go somewhere else. Go take initiation from Radhanath or something, or Sadhguru. Go back there if you not want to be with the program. I'm teaching Srimad Bhagavatam. You had 6 years. There's a lot of others. Madhusudan too. I'm tired of you guys. You hang out, man, but you don't follow the path. You need a guru, but you don't think you need a guru. I'm ready. I want to make space for sincere people who want to find Vrindavan and go the real way, not to hang around for 6 years and not follow the path. Come on, man. You're wasting your own time and you're wasting my time and everybody else's. So get with the program or ship out. Shape up or ship out. Now, is that, Lalita, am I being like, isn't 6 friggin' years enough for a person to understand the importance of a bona fide spiritual master? Huh?
6 years
and they still don't get it. What are you here for? You want to suck off the energy. That's what these guys do. Suckers. You're just suckers. Sucker, sucker. I'm telling you, man, what you see here is different, man. You may not agree with everything here, but it's different, man. Put on, yeah, right, Janaki, on the edge of your seat now? She was on the edge of her seat. What's he going to say today? I don't know.
We hear it twice now because it's 12 years.
12 years.
I hear you there and I hear you here.
Yeah, 2 times. Yeah. Yeah, so by the action of the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat, love of God is transmitted in the heart. That's why Shukadev Goswami spoke. He was a bona fide devotee Bhagavat. He spoke the book Bhagavat that he memorized. He got it from his father. See? And Maharaj Parikshit was sincerely believed in the devotee Bhagavat. See, and that should happen. That's why I say spend 30, 60 days here and really listen. You're going to see that this is different. Bhaktivinoda Thakur taught the real preceptor, the one who is empowered by the Lord to preach real Krishna consciousness, is unconventional. He's called the unconventional teacher. You won't find any more. I mean, I can't, on my own, I can't be like this. It's because I got help. And you all become, if you really listen, Lalita gives fantastic classes now, you know, and you become like this. You become used by the transcendental Lord. If you want that closeness, well, that's what we do here. If that's attractive to you, if you're attracted to Purushyit's, robotic preaching, and you think that, teaching and that his Bhagavatam classes are the same as this, well, it can be done already, but that's why I want to give you a chance there, Abiye and everybody else. Try to listen attentively here and see how special this is. Even in Purushyit's dreams, he can't understand what we understand. One of my disciples was a disciple of his, River, who passed away. She left that guy, even though she hosted him and she helped him and she served him. And you got to watch out. Whoever you serve, you become bound to. This is a trick of Maya that you don't know, but I know. And you could know if you listen over here. I'll tell you Maya's all her tricks, because if you serve him, you will be bound to him. You'll become attached to him. That's how Maya works. She saw that you're coming here, and Purushyit comes right on the scene and tests you. But I can help you if you listen over here. Better that you don't do any of that service. Because if you do, this is a devotional principle. Whoever you serve, you become bound to. If you serve a spontaneous devotee, you become bound to what they teach. You bound to what I'm bound to. I'm bound to this way of worship. That's why Lalita is like that. That's why, she serves whoever serves here. That's why those who don't, they just want to suck and give. You start giving problems. Okay, you're sucking, but now you're giving me problems. When the new people, you become an obstacle for them. I'm going to get rid of you, man. I don't need. If you're not here to serve and to understand and follow the process, and then you give me problems by giving my new student. I'm here to protect my new students. I'm here to give shelter. That's how the Lord does it. He, through his bona fide devotee. This is all in the books, Prabhupada's books. Yeah, Yamaraj taught his Yamadutas. He said the Vishnu Dutas, that's the bona fide spiritual master. They're Vishnu Duta. They give protection to their followers and their disciples from the envious and from those who don't have proper understanding, those who don't have faith in real bhakti. Yeah, that's what this stuff goes on here. We go by the book here, man. Literally. You know why? Because the Lord is truly inside. And that's, if you want that, do you want to be the book? You want to be the living book? We teach people how to be the living book. Lalita is the living book, man. You hear from her, you see what's in the books. You see the kind of worship that the devotees did 550 years ago that you don't see in the devotees here. anywhere else but here in this Sangha. That's how special it is here. Proven special. Special, giving special mercy of easily giving, distributing love of Godhead without having a lot of trouble. You see how many troubles? If you listen to this word and you follow this word, you'll see you won't have to be busting your butt, doing all these things and getting burned out and sick. That's not Krishna consciousness, really. It's only because of lack of understanding that you got from those who lack understanding. You come here, you'll just do the essential principles and just go back to Godhead. No, Godhead will come to you. You will feel so close to the Lord. You will realize, oh, wow, this is what brings me close. I come to actual spiritual master and real sadhus, and I come and I hear Hari Katha and discuss principles and inquire, just like Shukadev Goswami. And then very surely, maybe for you, because you're such a pure-hearted person, I can see. In 7 days, you might have an awakening like Lalita. Lalita in 7 videos, I think, 5 videos. She got delivered the ecstasy, right? What was your experience there, Lalita?
Well, the first time I saw you crying, I cried with you because I cried before. It was very recognizing. And then I immediately wanted to see you the second time, even not understanding what you were saying, because I could not speak English. I could not understand English. But this was a heavy experience. Wow. And this was such a deep cry. And I felt cold. I really felt cold. And then I kept on watching you for 5 days. And then the 5th day, there was in an evening, your class, where you were in India, I was in Belgium, and it was 12 o'clock when it stopped, and I closed the computer, and suddenly I became in deep, deep trance. All night long, I couldn't sit straight. I felt paralyzed from ecstasy. Next morning, Lalita Madhava came out of his room, he saw me sitting there. He immediately saw, wow, something happened. Something happened. Something holy happened here. The atmosphere in Lord Chaitanya came inside of me. And I heard, it was like I heard the Ganga all night long. I heard that stream. I have never felt it good as then. That's the experience.
Yeah.
You get here very, very soon. Without any knowledge, without being a devotee, without understanding the language, it is very powerful. It's like Lord Chaitanya says, even a dog can have it. And it happened. Even a dog became ecstatic. You just need to be here and be receptive.
Yeah, I mean, it's so powerful here because this is the special mercy of Lord Chaitanya. This is, if you study Prabhupada's books in Chaitanya Charitamrita, you'll see in chapter 3 or 4 of the Adi Lila, it talks about that Lord Chaitanya and his mercy, which is just beginning through our Sangha, actually. It started with Prabhupada in Bhakti. The line is restarting. See, but it takes a while to get revamped into full speed. See? So now the special mercy of Lord Chaitanya, where you start to realize, wow, this is special. This special mercy is to make it very easy to go to Vrindavan, which is the hardest thing to do in the world. You can't do enough austerities to attain Vrindavan. You can't do enough regulative principles. You can't do enough pious deeds to attain Vrindavan. It's only attained through the devotees who chant the holy names with great ecstatic devotion. Well, that's here, and the only place I've ever seen it. And so if that's what you want the real Vrindavan or you want the fake Vrindavan? You know what the fake Vrindavan is? It's the preaching of those who are Vaidhi Bhaktas who don't know Vrindavan. They are not experienced devotees yet. They're just babies. They're beginners who want to, they get a false ego, thinking like they're big gurus and they can deliver their disciples, or false humility. Many of you don't know what you're dealing with. There are many very insincere persons in that ISKCONs in all of that. I'm not saying that not everybody is insincere, but a lot of there's because nobody can tell, right? You don't have a Prabhupada, you don't have a Bhakti Siddhanta who have really genuinely empowered transcendental consciousness to tell you that's a friggin' neophyte. You know, Sridhar Maharaj once went to Bhakti Siddhanta because there is people promoting. Maya's always doing this stuff, promoting a lot of baloney, man. You know, hey, Janaki's here. See if you got enough power to get on here with down there. You might not, but let's see. Yeah, maybe not enough power with all of us on here, but you can try again.
She can sit next
Yeah,
to
just
me.
sit next to her. Yeah, 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 and yeah. So so this Radhakund Babaji was being promoted in Radhakund, and everybody, the masses, see masses of devotees. Oh, he's so holy, like my ex-wife, right? Oh, he's so holy. Oh, he's so great. Oh, and they got this big promotion going and everything. And Sridhar Maharaj thought, well, you know, maybe I should go there. Everybody's saying he's such a great saint. But let me ask my guru, because my guru knows. He had faith in his guru, I guess, you know. At least to some. So he says, what about this Babaji? Is he really an advanced devotee like that? He said, oh, no, he's a neophyte. Okay? That's how you get protection, because from association with people who may be cheating you, and usually they are, because we're in Maya. This is Kali Yuga. Do you think you find such a guru who can point out such things and say this is the near? That's why people think, oh, you know, you come here and you think, oh, he says, I don't want to be offensive to these pure devotees. What pure? Where? Right enough? Are you kidding me? Hey, man, I call spade if you want to know. If you're, oh no, you want to stay weak? You want to stay weak under that shelter of illusion? No, you got to call spades a spade. You got to tell the difference between a advanced devotee and a neophyte devotee and a neophyte guru and a neophyte follower, or in the words of Jesus, which you'll be amazed when you hear these things, because it's like a revival, or blind guides. That's these gurus. They're blind. Or, what else did he say? Blind leaders and blind followers. You want to stay blind? You want to be like this? And like these false wolves in sheep's clothing? Didn't he say that? Why should I say anything different? Because they got the Holy Spirit back then, and we're going to give you even more than that Holy Spirit. You're going to get the Holy Spirit, and really, the stuff he said, he had more to tell you. If you're good with that, come on board, man. But if you want to just faith in all of that, all these illusions and all the hypocrisies and all of that, you want to be bound to that, to serve neophyte, so-called advanced devotees that you can't tell. You think I consider Purishit an advanced devotee? You think even my person is Purishit an advanced devotee there, Freddie? You've been with me 6 years. What's your opinion?
I have never met this person. I don't know that devotee. Purishit.
Okay. All right. Okay. You haven't met. Okay.
Fernando met him.
So is he advanced devotee there, Lalita? Would you?
No, I don't think so. His classes look like a funeral. It's not lively at all. He's not preaching conclusively. He steals a lot of your quotes, and then he acts like it is his. That's what I heard from River. I met some of his disciples. I had to block them. I had talks with his disciples. He so-called has no disciples. He's Ritvik, but he has disciples. I had to block them.
So that's what you're dealing with there. It's you don't know what you're dealing with. If you want shelter from darkness and from dark teachings and dark understanding, just by the fact that Purishit doesn't believe this is bona fide shows you he's in darkness and he's an illusion. There's more light here than anything going on over there. Light means conclusive truth and ecstatic, intimate worship of God. And I don't say this to criticize, but to make a distinction. Because if you don't, then you think all devotees are the same, and they're not. You got to learn. I'm here to teach the different levels of devotees. Okay, he's got some sincerity, but there's darkness there. He cannot tell where that the light of spontaneous devotion is the perfection of Krishna consciousness. He doesn't know that, and he's not willing to know that. He doesn't care about that. He would rather you serve him and be kind of bound somewhat to his program and just give you troubles in that way. I'm here to remove your troubles. If you just want to listen to this advice, I just say, hey man, just neglect that and just pull full attention here, and all your troubles will go away. You'll find the most perfect, wonderful path that we've found. Why not? Yeah. So do you see Woody's question, somebody?
Many of them.
Many? Okay.
The first one was about he had the desire to worship a deity.
He says, I have a question. What if your inner worship of your heart wants a physical deity to worship because you have visions or feelings for the outer deity? I feel like since following you, I have not done outer worship of a picture or a deity, but it's like Abhiye Dasi. She likes worshiping the deity. Why shouldn't she continue? But you don't have to spend all your day and night doing Vaidhi Bhakti process. You can come here, and if you just listen here, you'll be freed of so many difficulties. You'll easily attain Krishna Vrindavan. That's how it always was. See, that's why you see, I have students here who preach like that. They say, come to my guru. You can very easily attain Krishna Vrindavan without a lot of trouble. That was the preaching of Rasika Nandana, a sincere follower of Shamananda. That was his guru. He said, just come to my guru and you very easily attain Vrindavan, because he did. He was a real disciple. I have real disciples here who are better than 1,000 of these gurus. I'll prove it to you. You may think, wow, that's a big boast. Yeah, it's a big boast, but it's true. And you come here and listen regularly, you'll see this is all true. You can put 1,000 of those Brahman type gurus and all of that, and one Lalita Ganga is better than 1,000. You will get more value going to Lalita Ganga than going to 1,000 of those types of gurus. And that's Shastra. Where is that? Okay, I'm glad you asked. Haridas, I told the story before. Haridas came into the association of Advaita, and he didn't follow any rules. He just was ruled by love of Krishna. He had the kind of worship that you see Lalita doing. That kind of worship, opening his mouth and the tears of love for Krishna, intimacy with God. The Lord chose to live intimately with him. See, you see a living example of that here. Isn't that amazing? That's why I say Lalita to me is worshipable, even as a disciple. You think any of those gurus would worship their disciples? Show me one. Oh, of course, they're so much more advanced. No, they're on the same platform as their disciples. No ecstasy, no intimacy. That's not our real line. Look at the Lord brings really wonderful people. Like if this Abhiye Dasi, I can tell if she stays around, well, oh my God. That kind of sincerity, bringing that to the table here, ooh, you stick around, man. You see what Krishna's going to do for you. But, if they're not attracted to you, then even a nobody will be more advanced than you are, because you chose not to follow the better path, the deeper path. See, the deeper path is Raganuga Bhakti, man. If it's here in this world and you got some spiritual greed, you should immediately fly there. And we made it easy. All you have to do is turn your camera on. See, this is Chaitanya Leela principle. What did Ramananda Roy say in the conversation with Lord Chaitanya? If spontaneous devotional service is available somewhere, you must immediately purchase it, go there, immediately fly there. That's how valuable it is. Why should I say anything different? See, you ever heard the thing, truth is stranger than fiction? This is where it's perfect, because people can't believe this, but it's all true. We prove it all the time. You come here without a lot of trouble. If you really want Krishna, you will get Krishna. You will get Radha. You will get intimacy. You will be like the devotees 550 years ago. I could say all these things because it's true and already proven, right, Lalita? Is that true? Am I lying? Am I exaggerating? What about there, Janaki? Am I an exaggerator? Am I a boaster? Yeah. I like to boast something. I'm proud that Krishna's working here. I'm proud that Radha's here. Right there, Freddie? I'm proud that Lord Chaitanya is really, really here. I'm proud of it. I admit it. And I'm not proud of myself. The guy. How can I be proud? The guy, a t-shirt, beard, didn't shave. How can I be proud of this, Freddie? But I'm proud the Lord, I don't know, I'm not asking too many questions. Why the Lord chooses to live in here and live in Lalita. I just gobble up her association. Me and Janaki, we gobble up Lalita. We imprison her here. We won't let her out the door. She might slip. We don't want her to slip. Let's get a palanquin and carry her around. We'll have Freddie as one of the pallbearers. Are you willing to do that, Freddie, or is that? Well, Janaki and I will carry her around because we know quality. What do you think, Freddie? What do you think about all this?
Yeah, what do I think? It's a great show again when you go into this Guru Tattva and you explain the real part. It's always a kind of very funny, but it can also come very be confronting for persons who come here for the first time and they hear you speaking so boldly about you are so convinced about this process of Raganuga. And I know for some Vaidhis, it's such a hard time to make the transition from Vaidhi to Raganuga. And we experience it in our own Sangha. After 6 years, they are figuring out what are my priorities? How do I get function?
I know who that is. Thanks for the pep talk, right? Where's the pep, man? He still seemed like a slow guy.
Or some they just they still go to the Vaidhis and they come here and they go there and they go here and there and they pick all kind of different vibrations and of course they get some some rays here, so they suck from the energy and they benefit from the energy, but deep down they are not convinced, and that is a problem. Mm-hmm. And then you just stagnate on the level where you are. You need to be in one boat and not in 2 or 3 or in 4 boats. That never works. Then somehow you get lost in everything. You need to make a decision in life. What do I want to follow? Where do I want to be? That is so important. And if you don't do that, and Krishna also mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, if you don't become clear in this life, you will not be happy in this life nor in the next. And that's what we see in this Sangha. If you can make up your mind where you want to be in this Raganuga or in the Vaidhi, then you are somewhere in the twilight zone, but you are nowhere. Mm-hmm. And and that's how it works here. You have to be fully here. You have to be fully attentive. And then you get the benefit of Raganuga. Then it's how you say, what you see is what you get. It maybe can take some time to get some, some stuff out of you, that you can become really clear and become really convinced of this process. But you will get it somehow or later. Everybody will get this taste of Raganuga, of rasa, and that is our eternal life. That's what brings life to the soul. And yeah, I wouldn't like to miss the party.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, hey, man, let's get a little logical. People have been around 6 years and still don't think, well, I don't need a guru, or I don't know. Yeah. Oh, really? Well, then you should go out and go and be guru. If you don't need a guru, then you should go out and do what I did. Do without, and if you don't want to do, well, what are you in life for? What are you, just a slug? I mean, what is your mission in life? If you can't come to the mission of a bona fide spiritual master, could you imagine Prabhupada being here and when he was here and the disciples saying, oh, Prabhupada, it's nice that you're here, but I don't care about I don't want to serve you. I don't want to see you as guru. That's what I got here. I got a couple of those like that. Hey, man, there's an old saying. I know it's pretty gross. Pass stool or get off the pot. I said it as nice as I can. So what are you doing? I mean, I just make you aware, like, God, are you like a missionless person? Don't you want to, you get energy when you serve a mission. That's why Prabhupada, when people serve Prabhupada, they were so ecstatic and everything. Just like here, you serve here. I'm teaching the book, man. What, after 6 years? What are you, a slow friggin' learner? I'm teaching. If you're not an ecstatic devotee, even if you were, you would want to be part of this and you would want to serve this mission. But I got people, they can do things and they don't do anything. They don't give a dime either. Even they could do, but they don't do it, even the service, and they don't even contribute. Come on, man. I'm just trying to make you aware. I mean, maybe you need somebody to push you a little bit. You got to push the bird out of the nest to get its wings going a little bit. Otherwise, they'll just sit here. Prabhu, thanks for the pep talk, and there's no pep in them. Where's the pep? And then they go and get the news people and cause problems. No way, man. I'm fed up. Things have got to change. I'm going to make space. You got a clean house. Why? Because so it makes space for the clean hearts to come who want to follow this process. So, it looks like, Krishna's getting a little bored of the same old, See, we teach the process, that's why if you don't have deep, ecstatic, intimate love of God, you need a bona fide spiritual master. And even if you got, I was going to teach this, even if you got it, basically I taught in this class almost everything from these verses here. But go ahead, read on a little bit there, Lalita. Let's try and get something in there.
Okay, thank you. Next part of that verse is, through even their slightest mercy, I am able to speak this book, Raga Vartma Chandrika.
This is the way it works. That's how powerful spontaneous devotional service is. That's how powerful spontaneous devotees are, even by a particle of their mercy. See how he realized. I love that statement. It's so right on. That's what you Vaidhis, I'm trying to teach you. A particle of the mercy of the spontaneous devotees here you can attain all perfections. Otherwise, you'll be doing Vaidhi for many lifetimes, and to get the prema you can get here, and still you might not get it. You probably won't, actually, because the verse even says, of Chaitanya Lila says, unless you go through there. See, like Abhiya Dasi, this is you are coming from that Vaidhi thing, and Krishna sees your heart. And it brought you to the spontaneous path because they all got to do that too. Otherwise, they don't get into the kingdom of God. I quote the exact verses of the real path. It's a very narrow gate. You heard that, Abhiye Dasi. The narrow gate Jesus taught, and Gauri does the same because the book teaches the narrow gate. It's always the same teaching. The narrow gate, it's not by austerities that you're doing there, Abhiye, and so many millions of Vaidhi Bhaktas in ISKCON and all. It's not by mantra yoga. I'm quoting the verses from Chaitanya Leela. I know I'm a bit passionate. Please forgive me for my passionate preaching. I apologize. I admit it, I'm a little passionate. I hear they're laughing. It's good. It's not by Vaidhi Bhakti. It's not by mantra yoga. Even chanting the holy name with offenses. With fences. This is in Chaitanya Leela. We'll find it for you. I'll get Johan if he's coming anymore. Might have to get ready to take his service. I don't know. He's probably mad at me, man. I don't blame him, man. I treat that guy. I pound on him like Lord Chaitanya pounded on Advaita, right? Ooh. Speculator. I hate speculation. Yeah, not by pious deeds and not by renunciation that you're doing there, not by austerities that you're doing there, and that you even said that you think you're supposed to do that you're going to get Christian. No, the verse says no. I teach the verse as it is. It's through the devotees who chant the holy name like Lalita Ganga. And anybody else here that chants really purely, sincerely in the mature stage. That means they're very conclusive, not speculative yet. You know, they're still on their way. That's the guru, man. It's through those devotees who chant the holy names with great ecstatic devotion. Abhiye, the good news, you found such a place. Isn't it awesome? Stick around, you'll see. It's really awesome, man. I consider it very fortunate. I'm very fortunate to have your association too. My God, when I heard your song, don't listen to Govinda or anybody else. I love that song. That song was so from your heart. I really got it. It was so beautiful. And it's going to get even better and more better. It's because that's the way it is. I noticed for me, my chanting has been increasing more and more because I got the association of such advanced devotees here, like Freddie. Go ahead. What?
I found the verse. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 21, verse 119. The transcendental mellows generated from the dealings between the gopis and Krishna cannot be tasted by means of fruitive activity, yogic austerities, speculative knowledge, regulative devotional service, mantra yoga, or meditation. This sweetness can be tasted only through spontaneous love of liberated persons who chant the holy names with great ecstatic love.
There you go. You see, where's the speculation? I paraphrased it a little bit, but you know, the point is there, isn't it? Isn't it clear? You see, you won't learn that from Jayapataka. You won't learn that definitely not from Persia. He doesn't believe in that word. See, the word is the path. The word is the perfect conception to get you love of God into the kingdom of God. And okay, in Vaidhi Bhakti, they don't teach this. That's why Prabhupada taught that Chaitanya Leela, like verses like this, are postgraduate. But I've been ordered by Prabhupada to teach this with his finger in my face. I remember very well. He says, you do more of this teaching of these principles. Get people, push them into the kingdom of Vrindavan. I was chanting in ecstasy for years before that. And at the proper time, everything the mission was revealed. You know, we're just continuing Lord Chaitanya's mission of promoting spontaneous devotional service, which he came to do. And now it's being revived again, starting with our Sangha. Nobody has done this in recent times. And it's not like Prabhupada wasn't qualified or Bhakti-Santa Bhaktivinoda. It just wasn't time. They gave that work to us. And I mean, if you're inspired by this worship and you want to participate in this and you want to serve here and serve by starting by hearing these beautiful concepts that'll take away all your misgivings. I'll prove it to you. Why wouldn't your misgivings go if you hear a more clear explanation of the absolute truth? It's just logical. Why would your speculations that keep you weak and like this, I don't want to commit an offense to people who are offensive. They need to be taught, but you can't do it. You don't have the power, but you'll get the power here. You get the power to purify gurus who are not really of the standard that we're teaching here. See, it's through the devotees, the real path, Abaye, Dasi. The real path that leads directly to Vrindavan is through the devotees' mouths, Hare Krishna, who chant the holy names with great ecstatic devotion. They have been chosen by the Lord to teach that path, and they're the only place to get it. That's why this is a rare place. You see why I say it's a rare place? You see why I say it's a special place? You see why Prabhupada said such devotees who are spontaneous devotees, intimate associates of Lord Chaitanya, are very, very rare. 1 out of a million. 1 out of a million. He said, and it's true. I see. He said, I see. And many others see. So go ahead, Lalita, read on a little bit. Thank you there, Freddie.
Previously, I have a concise description of the path of Raganuga Bhakti.
Wait. You said a word wrong. Let me check what that is. Read that word, diseased or deceased or what? What's the word?
Concise, says Janaki.
What is it? Concise.
She says it concise.
Okay. Say that whole thing again because words are important.
Sorry. Previously, I gave a concise description of the path of Raganuga Bhakti, or devotion following one's spiritual desires, in my book, Bhakti Rasam Sindhu Bindu. When one's devotion is prompted by orders received from the revealed scriptures, then it is called Vaidhi.
So, okay, you see how that works? You hear from the guru. If you hear the guru teaching you, like Prabhupada or Moses, teaching you, okay, this is how you do devotional service. It's by the rules, the regulations, the ceremonies, by the fastings, and by that. That's called Vaidhi Bhakti. And Prabhupada himself said in that, where I told you, Abaye and everybody else at some other time, in that Prabhupada said you can only attain up to Vaikuntha that way, but you can't attain Krishna Vrindavan that way. No. See? So it's called Vaidhi if you say, so Prabhupada is basically just quoting the rules of the scriptures, the regulative devotional service, Vaidhi. So and many millions of Vaishnavas, sincere ones too, sincere ones also are following this Vaidhi path, this path of devotional service, being prompted by the spoken words of the Vedas on the level of Vaidhi in practice. It's like it's external. It's kind of if you watch the Karate Kid movie. The Karate Kid was he was taught by the karate master. He said, okay, go wash and wax the car. Let's see, wax on, wax off. Just do this. This is Vaidhi Bhakti. You don't know exactly what you're doing, you don't know the deep purpose of doing Vaidhi. See, it's just, you got to go to a master who may think all they can just do the motions. They can't understand where it's going yet. So just wax on, follow my order, follow Prabhupada's order, wax on, wax off. Just do the rules, fastings, and off, and this and that, and you're just going like this. You don't know exactly. It's called blind adherence to the rules and regulations of the Vedas. All that's meant to bring you here ultimately, but you don't know that until you just appear on our doorstep and, ooh, look us in the basket. Oh, Ananda, Abaye, Devi Dasi appeared in the basket on the doorstep. Oh, okay. So we pass the baby around, And see, that's how it works. You don't know that it is leading here. See? But anyway, when you get here, then we clarify everything. See, so your devotional service is prompted by the rules and the regulations of Vaidhi Bhakti. Okay, next thing.
Okay. But when one is prompted simply by spiritual greed, then it is called Raganuga.
Okay, now you know why. First of all, why I got the order, because you need the order to do this, and the confirmation and the blessing of the Vaishnava line, the real one, and Krishna. Just like Krishnadas Kaviraj got the blessing of the Vaishnavas and the deity. I got the blessings of Prabhupada, the line through Prabhupada and the deity in that lucid dream, and then Krishna appearing to my second disciple. See, blessing this, that's why it works. Otherwise, it wouldn't work. That's why they can't do it. They didn't get this blessing. They didn't get this order. You can only do what you are ordered to do in the line, because we're in the line, the real line. See? So now, this is what we teach here. Now, how the spiritual greed is taught is simply a couple of ways. You come here in Sadhu Sangha, right? And you see those who are filled with more of the mercy of Radha and Krishna. What does that look like? It looks like a Lalita Ganga. It looks like a Govinda. Blessed are the pure in heart, they shall see God. They see God. They know what God looks like. Okay? And you look at that and you think, wow, I also want to wear. You're not looking at them and saying, hey, well, but who is she? Who's that Lalita? What is this? She doesn't have any knowledge. See? You're getting purified if you're thinking like that. You're on the outside. You're an outsider still. Okay? But if you see, and I use the Lalita as an example, because why not, man? How many devotees do you see like her? Come on, man. Wake up, sleeping souls. I'm not worthy to tie her shoelaces. Remember saying, John the Baptist said about Jesus, I'm not worthy to tie his shoelaces. That's me, Gaur. I'm not worthy to tie. She's such a wonderful, ecstatic devotee. My goodness, man. How come, why did you come here there, Lalita? I ain't worthy to tie your shoelaces.
I only came for that, yeah.
I didn't see any shoelaces on your shoes. What is it?
No.
You're supposed to come with a shoelace.
It's a Silk Road.
Janaki, take her to the shoe store. Give her something so I can tie those things.
I will follow my ass again.
Yeah. So greed. It's about greed, man. So when you see the devotees worshiping like this, and you get this greed arise, see, first of all, that shows you that you really want this and you really like devotees like this. You want to be friends with devotees like this. You want to be a part of them. You see, you want to be part of their mission, right? If not, the Sudarshan chakra appears out of nowhere. the club. That kind of stuff. Yeah, so you see greed, and that greed is what the devotee has that brings Krishna. So you see that in the verse when Krishna gave the message to Uddhava, and he said, "You go and tell the gopis." See, Canto 10. This is very advanced stuff we preach here. Canto 10 stuff, and also the basics too. I love the basics, man. Love it. I love it all. You know, can it get like that? Greedy. You want it all. You want all of Krishna, the basic Krishna and the advanced Krishna. You know, everything. You don't want to leave any. You know, ever seen a person lick their plate on? Yeah, Krishna's all on the plate there, and you don't want to leave a drop. That's called spiritual greed. Okay? So yeah, and so that's what you get here. You become, I mean, if that's you're that type of devotee, because if you come here, Abaye and anybody else, and you think, wow, that's so advanced, they're probably sahajas, and I read in Prabhupada's book, it says that you got to be perfect. And Narayan Raj says you got to be a perfect devotee, you know, and that's, I'm not saying Prabhupada's like that. I'm saying you're like that, and we're like that when we don't have this kind of knowledge that we're preaching here, which is so special. But we're thinking, well, I didn't understand that in Prabhupada's books. Yeah, you're right, you haven't. Prabhupada said, I got it. Varnashram Dharma is the highest goal of life. Ramananda Roy also said that. Yes, he said in the conversation with Lord Chaitanya. And Chaitanya, he said, Ramananda Roy said, yes, the highest goal of life is what Prabhupada said. Varnashram Dharma is what you should be doing. Yes, do that. And Lord Chaitanya, what did he do? In Prabhupada's books, he rejected it. He said, hey man, that's external bhakti. What does Gaur Das say? Because he's teaching Chaitanya Charitamrita. Oh yeah, that's external bhakti. And the Vaidhi Bhaktas don't agree. Yeah, of course you don't. You're not open. You're not greedy enough. But maybe we're giving this Abaye a chance. I think she's got some greed. Want to see. See if she shakes more, you know, and like if she gets what's going on here. The sincerity of it, the honesty of it, the genuineness of it. The reality of it, and how it's better. That's why I say you stay here 30 days. I'll do my best to convince you that this is 1,000 times better than Vaidhi Bhakti. Thousands of times, millions of times, Lord Chaitanya said. Millions. My Lord said that. Yeah, he said, you know, in the best time, you know, playfully, Sarvabhauma was saying when Govinda first came, see Govinda, he was an intimate devotee of Ishvara Puri, the guru of Lord Chaitanya. He comes to Puri. So he comes to Puri, and then Sarvabhauma said, oh, and the Lord led him into his associate, or he wanted to. And Sarvabhauma says, no, stop. Why? First of all, why did Ishvara Puri, who was a great Brahmin devotee with devotion, not just any ordinary Brahmin, but a Brahmin devotee, why did he accept the service of a Sudra like Govinda? You know what he said? My spiritual master, Lord Chaitanya said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead and my spiritual master, Ishvara Puri, are not bound by any rules and regulations of the Vedas. If they want to take a Sudra as a servant, intimate servant, and liberate them, or a dog, they can do it. And Krishna will honor that. That's how powerful such devotees are. And if you don't believe that, then people think they know all about bhakti, and they'll go right to the Vaidhis, like Mahavirya, like Meena, like Lance, and be with the Purishits and the, and that kind of level. But I like quality. Oh man, I don't know. It seems insane that I preach like this, but man, it sounds so clear to me. It seems so right, and it's so right on point, and I believe it with all my heart. And look what Krishna does. It gives me association with a Janaki and a Freddy and a Lilita and a Govinda and so many other beautiful souls, and Amy and the Fanny and the Pani and the Noodles. My God, what a family I got. I never believed that one. I'm just amazed. And you come here, Abaye or anybody else for 30, 60 days. And if you sincerely want to know the truth, Krishna will reveal it from in your heart. I'll do my best from the outside, and the super soul inside will reveal everything if your heart is in the right place. See? Then everything will become clear. You'll see I'm just teaching. We're teaching my Lord, and me just being like the glove. A flute is just a flute, right? Needs the breath. See, the breath of God is not just the breath of the modes of nature. Oh wow, look at this Brahmin. He's a flute of Krishna's mode of goodness, man. Wow, look at all those rules coming from him. Look at all those faith and ceremonies and rituals coming through him or her. Whoa, look at all that passion coming through that flute of that fruitive worker. See, it's a breath, right? It's an energy. Okay? I'm here to teach you what the energy of Shuddha Bhakti looks like by demonstration, not by a bunch of bluffing, a bunch of speculations. Oh yeah, I'm a Shuddha Bhakti. Yeah. Where's your Shuddha Bhakti, man? Yeah, where is it manifested that the Lord is living in your body? Hey, you gurus out there, how is the proof that you're a Shuddha Bhakti? You never even talk about it probably. You think, Varnashram Dharma comes from your liberation talk. See, we teach you the highest truth is Shuddha Bhakti. The highest truth that Lord Chaitanya preached was ecstatic devotional service, and I will yell it and belt it out. I love it so much. I love the truth of that ecstatic devotion. It's about time that Maya moves aside. Isn't that? Don't you think, though? Isn't it time? Move on. Hey, man, there's a new kid in town. That Lord Chaitanya, he wants ecstatic devotee. It's his order. It's Prabhupada's order that ecstatic love be preached again. He gave it to us. And otherwise, you don't know Prabhupada. Yeah, you're just superficial. You're 50 years in the past. You're not, according to the time, place, and circumstance. The new Vaishnava Testament is being preached now, whether they want it or not. Just like Jesus preached the New Testament, we have the new Vaishnava Testament. It's not speculation. It's all Chaitanya Leela principles. You can check whatever I say. You can check it in Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. There's no Guru, Sadhu, Shastra in Vaishnavism. None of it's been proved to me. You come here, you'll see a real Guru who proves it by having real sadhus that they made or he made. And real Shastra is preached, and the real sadhus who have an awakening of love of God will say, yeah. Janaki will say, yeah, this is really true. Even Mahamurti say, yeah, boo, this sounds good, man. This is just what River said. Yeah. See, Guru Sadhu Shastra. As we go by the book here. It says Guru Sadhu, checks and balances, man. When you find a real guru, you'll find real sadhus. And real sadhus have that love that's either been awakened by that guru or they bring it in and they just attract it. That's why a lot of high-level devotees come here. And it's very easily it awakens in them. Less like Abhaya, I could tell. She's going to be, if she sticks it out here and shows that she's likes this, she'll get very easily love of Krishna. Why not, man? Krishna is looking for people like that are that sincere. But sincerity is not enough there, Abhaye Dasi. It's greed. That's the only back to the story. 10th canto. Krishna said, Uddhava, you go to those gopis and tell them there's no other reason that I come back to them, which I do internally all the time, like he does to Lalita and other devotees here, Janakis and other devotees here. Only because of their greed, because of their hearts pining for me. Krishna, we need you, we want you. Do you feel that way? Do you need Krishna there, Janaki and Lalita? Do you have to have him?
Yeah, of course. No life without him.
And
No
that's
life without this
that-
connection.
yeah. And that's what you learn here. Greed. It's the only reason Krishna will come. That's why you see that verse there. Keep getting tongue twister. Dasi, Abaye Dasi. Do you see that verse? It's only through ecstatic devotion, which is greed, is a greedy devotee, has attracted Krishna to come to them. That's what you learn here, is that greed. This cannot be taught by a Vaidhi guru, not a Vaidhi follower, a Vaidhi guru. They don't know about this greed because they see this greed, they see this ecstasy, and they run the other way. That's why I was telling you about Purushet. You see, Purushet, if you asked him, is Gohari bona fide? No, of course not. No, I'm doing the right way. I'm doing what Prabhupada wants. See, Gohari is not. See, because he doesn't follow the path of greed. It's another level. It's beyond his comprehension. I'm teaching 10th canto and far beyond that. Yeah. No, we're teaching my Lord and I. And we were, you stay here long enough, you'll see, the subtle things going on here. This is Chaitanya Leela, genuinely revived.
Purusha thinks there will never be a next Acharya.
What?
There is no next Acharya. After Srila Prabhupada, there is no next Acharya.
Who says that?
That's what Purusha.
Oh yeah, Purusha. Yeah. Yeah, you see, there's no next Acharya, but that's an illusion. You know what the illusion is? He is acting as an Acharya. He just told you there, Abaye or anybody else, he told you an instruction and a realization that he has that is limiting God, first of all, and is a speculation. How can he say there'll be no end? It's just like Bhaktisiddhanta's disciples, and some of them thought like this, actually. There'll be no other Acharya except Bhaktisiddhanta. Maybe not. It doesn't mean, but it's like saying, if you did say that, okay, there's no other Acharya but Bhaktisiddhanta, right? But then Prabhupada comes and you miss it. That's the same thing. That's why I say, be careful, Abaye Dasi, who you serve. Maya can trick you. When you find the real guru, they'll protect you. If you listen to my words and just neglect that service, because could be a problem for you. You want more obstacles? Then serve Purusha, who is against this preaching, who is against the ecstatic devotional path. This is the narrow gate. He can't come in. He has no faith in it. You want to serve him? It's not even logical, man. I don't care how nice he is. Hey, man, this is not a nice game that Maya plays. Her business is to take you out of devotion. And it's the real spiritual master who has real bhakti and real spiritual power to take you out of Maya's grasp. If you listen to their words, because see, you got a choice now. You can listen to my advice or Purusha. Oh, please, just send it. Yeah, and then you get bound to that. And but maybe you'll need to do that. I don't know. Depends on your ability to and your strength. But the more you come here, the more spiritual strength you get, the more intelligence you'll get, the more understanding you'll get, and then you'll see Maya's game. You see how she takes people and puts them in illusion. And then you'll see how the bona fide spiritual master is empowered by the real God, the real transcendental Lord, to take you out of illusion, to get you deeply in touch with the desires of your heart, which are like the desires of his heart and everybody else's heart, whether they know it or not. Go ahead, read on there, Lalita.
When one's devotion, the word Pravartaka in the previous verse means being fixed in devotional service. The two kinds of candidates for devotional service, Vaidhi and Raganuga, should have fear of scriptural injunctions and intense spiritual greed, respectively.
So respectively, you see the difference? So if you're in Vaidhi Bhakti, that's why I see Abaye and others, when you're in the Vaidhi Bhakti path, you're like this. Oh, yeah, I don't want to commit offenses. See, you have fear. There's fear. You don't want to be offensive. See, so yeah, I'll do what the Guru says. I don't want to be offensive to devotees. I don't want to be offensive to Krishna. I don't want, because I don't want to go to hell. I don't want to be punished, right? See? So that your devotional service is influenced by that fear. And you might be afraid of something that's not really fearful, but because you're not clear. See? So what's the other one? The other thing, there was devotional and fear.
Two kinds of candidates for devotional service, Vaidhi and Raganuga, should have fear.
Fear and what else?
Of scriptural injunctions.
Yeah.
And intense spiritual greed.
Okay, again, that's what you get here. When you have spiritual greed, then you worship the Lord out of pure love, not mixed in with fear. That's a mixture. Real, true Raganuga Bhaktis or spontaneous devotees, they worship the Lord without any fear. That's why it puts them in that very intimate relationship. It's like their best buddy, and so they don't worship because the injunctions say, see, it's confirmed. The injunctions say, if you don't follow this, you must do this. You're going to hell, man. You're going to hell. See, a greedy devotee, which you can only get by being with real greedy devotees who are real spontaneous devotees teaching Raganuga Bhakti. That's why it works here, because you found the real deal. Can teach like this. Otherwise, these there's Raganuga devotees, but they're not really Raganuga. They're crying schools of Gaur Govinda Maharaj, but no crying going on there because they don't have the power. They're just speculating. Oh, well, it's crying school sounds nice, but we're just fearful. Therefore, don't cry because that's an offense against Krishna. Or I was in the Narayan Raj group around they're all Radhe, Rupa, and all this stuff, but no ecstasy. Matter of fact, you weren't allowed to. If any tear came, you wipe it. You don't show anything. You just Radhe, Rupa. Well, I'm sorry, that's not a very clean teaching. That's not clear. I don't care what do you think? You notice I'm not afraid of these gurus. I'm not afraid of Narayan Rai. Why is that? Why don't I fall down? I should be a thunderbolt, a lightning bolt. I mentioned that's not a clear teaching. A lightning bolt should come down and obliterate Gaur Das. But every day he gets more ecstatic. Why is that, Freddie? I don't get it. Why don't the Vaidhi's prophecies that Gaur he's going to explode from him pointing out these things which are very true? Is not very powerful. He said many lifetimes before you can get spontaneous devotion and prema bhakti, and Gaur is just demonstrating and distributing it. So where's the better teaching? Come on, man. You see why I'm not afraid? I'm a logical person. Krishna gives me intelligence. And all you herd followers, you're all like this. Well, never, I can't even see a spade. I never know. And Gaur is just with abandon saying, hey man, I'm not afraid of illusion. I'm not afraid of unclarity. My Lord is a logical Lord. I trust that. My Lord is an ecstatic Lord. I trust that. Yeah, I know I'm passionate and weird because this is so weird if you're a normal devotee. You know, in normal consciousness, you never get ecstatic and all that. Yeah, this is weird. This is strange. This is why Purushat says, "Oh, that guy, he's not bona fide, man. He doesn't believe in my bullshit. He doesn't think I'm an advanced devotee and I'm acting like an acharya, but I won't say I'm an acharya. I'll just be a hypocrite. You know, I'll tell you that there's no other acharya but Prabhupada. You see, I'm the acharya. I'm your guru. You believe what I say? I'm your Lord. Why haven't you read the Bible? It's this Abiye's fault, man. She's a newcomer and she's so sincere. I don't know. I just getting really into it. Yeah. So haven't you read the Bible, everybody? In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God. The Word was, is, and always will be God. But what word are you hearing? Are you hearing a word in the mode of ignorance, mode of passion, mode of goodness? See, these are energies, causes words to come out of people's mouths. But where do you hear a Shuddha Bhakti word? Because if you make that word your God and your Lord and your Guru, oh man, you're out of here, man. You're going to be in Vrindavan very shortly. Look at those two. They like the show. Freaking look at them. They're laughing at me. You can't hear it. I hear it here, you know. They think I'm a fool. I am a fool for Lord Chaitanya's grace. I'm a fool. I'm foolish enough to say the truth. Yeah. All right, what do we wait? Listen. You know what? Lalita, I need somebody to hold the show for a minute. Here, chant Hare Krishna in ecstasy and turn your mic on. I got to go take a leak.
Okay, then. Hare Krishna.
I'll be back shortly.
You stay here, Janaki, please. Oh, you go.
Yeah, both of you can.
Oh, I thought that meant something else. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You can come closer. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
All right, did you like the laughing therapy, everybody? Okay, read on a little bit more there.
Okay. Srila Rupa Goswami has personally given the following definition of lobha, sacred greed. And when And when the heart yearns for the sweetness of the modes of Krishna.
Say that again. I got a little distracted there.
When the heart yearns for the sweetness of the modes of Krishna and his eternal associates in Vraja, and one is not prompted by scriptural injunctions or logical arguments, then that is the definition of sacred creed.
Yeah, isn't that beautiful? It shows you how I came to ISKCON, I was ready for that kind of path, but nobody taught me. Nobody could teach it. It's like when I came, I saw one verse in Prabhupada's book. I said, this person knows God like Jesus. I'm in on this 100%. I went right to the temple. I said, here's everything. I want to be a devotee. I want to learn from this person. And they said, well, he disappeared. Now you got to go through the real gurus now, the real disciplic line, and so I started chanting, and this devotion just awoke spontaneously. And then the temple prayer, how dare you cry in the temple ground? Get out of here. You offender of Krishna. I'm just doing this for Abby because she's egging me on here. You're funny. Okay. It's true story. Hey man, it really happened a few times. I'll tell you another time. I was dancing and I was inspired during the afternoon artik in the LA temple, man. It was so great. The Krishna was there and the feel of the ecstasy, and I was dancing, and I just did one spin around. And again, temple president, always temple president, came over and says, you rascal. Right, interrupted right there at the dance, right in front of everything. How dare you? You turned your back to the deity when you spun around. Talk about envy. My God. He said, when you took a spin around, your back was to the deity for a split second. So that is offensive. He said, oh my God, what a kill, what a Debbie Downer. What a killjoy. That's Vaidhi Bhakti. And I think some of you can relate to that. And another time, this is a good one. I was in Vrindavan. A few more stories, actually. I was in Vrindavan and I was in Mangal Artik, right? Because I get juiced up in Vrindavan. It was so ecstatic. And the deities are there, and they were, so I just dancing with abandon and all this. And there was all these young ladies who were acting like old ladies. Prudes. They were looking at me. And then the big delegation came after Mangal Artik, and they went like this. Prabhupada never taught us to dance like that. You should do the Swami step. Ooh, I'm sorry. See you later. I thought I'd stay home and do my worship, Then, hey, here's a Christian story. When I first started preaching, I told this before. I first started preaching. I got the order from Prabhupada, man. I was in Sweden with my first disciple, and we actually got married. I only really married her to bring her so she can go to America and preach with me. But actually, I kind of fell in love with her. So what the heck, So anyway, I just came and I got the order from Prabhupada and Krishna, all this stuff. And so we go to a Christian church, actually. We're just going around, just checking things out. We were preaching, going in subways and everything. I went to this Christian church. We went, And so there are three of us there, and they started to sing the songs with Jesus, and everybody's sitting in the pews, like pew, 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 pew. And they're just sitting there, like this. I don't know, the Spirit just, up. I got up. And I felt Jesus, man. I felt it, man. And started dancing like this. And people looked, and all of a sudden, everyone got up and danced. Premaniti and this other disciple I had, we got up and then the whole congregation got up and danced. And there were other eyes, though. The elders. See, it's always the killjoys, the Debbie Downers, or the elders, the Vaidhis. See, the Vaidhis, the Purushits, the Prits, what do they call the prudes? Isn't that funny? It's not by chance, Purushet and the prude, same P. The big P's. I guarantee you, I just say this in joke, I consider him a family member. Kind of distant, but, family member. He'll get there. He'll get here someday. Probably not in this life, so watch out serving. Doing too much service over there, if you really want what we got. Watch out. Yeah, the elders come over in delegation. There are three of them, and they come here. We were watching you, and we came to the conclusion there's something wrong with your dancing like this. You're infecting everybody. Something wrong with this. Control yourself. There we go. Control yourselves. Limit. Oh, it didn't stop there. Limit yourself. Limit. Put a break on, man. Have you noticed I don't like limits? You notice I don't like control? Unless the Lord's doing it. That's why. Okay. So that's what, see, you know what that is, everybody? That's the different levels. See, that's why there's Vaidhi Bhakti and Raganuga Bhakti. And the Raganugas understand the mentality of Vaidhi, but the Vaidhis are on a lesser level, a more superficial level, and they can't understand the Raganuga devotees. Can you get that? Do you see why there's a difference? Now, can you see the best place to go if you have a choice? Usually you don't. I didn't have no friggin' choice, but you guys do. You don't know. You come here for a while, you'll appreciate this choice, because I had to spend 5 years with the Vaidhis. You already, you mentioned you had some troubles. Yeah, that's what you got. I had 5 years of troubles because I was in the wrong place. That's nothing against the Vaidhis. They just, where they're at. I needed this and it wasn't available, but it is available now. See, it's available now. See, so this is the stronger. This is millions of times more pleasing to Krishna. And you know what? It's not just millions of times more pleasing to Krishna. When you get a taste of this, when you get a whiff of this, it'll be 1,000,000 times more pleasing to you than that old Vaidhi thing that makes you work your butt off, doing all these things because of guilt. Because if you don't, you're not following Prabhupada, because you didn't distribute the books and go and do the deities and then do the 16 rounds. Oh, you're gonna be, and then you ate this, you didn't, and you got to work too, and you got to put it all together, and you want to be sincere, right? It's natural to be like that when you have that level of information. But here you'll have a whole new level of information. It's the Lord's place. Did you hear what Jesus said, everybody? It's my Father's pleasure to give you the kingdom. Believe it. Now, here's a little more conclusive at another level even. This is more the Lord has to tell you, he said. It's our friend, our most intimate friend. to his pleasure. He wants to give you his pleasure. It's literal. He wants to give you the pleasure he has. And that's what we show here. That's why Krishna is all attractive. And when people get purified a little bit, they will see, wow, there's nothing more attractive than Raganuga Bhakti. There's nothing more deep, nothing more purifying more. That's why just one little drop of this intimate, ecstatic worship is worth than following thousands of rules for thousands of years. The Shastras teach this, and we show this. This is the true will of God now. He wants everybody to be ecstatic, if you can handle it. But if you're not sufficiently intelligent, maybe you got a little too much envy or whatever it is, he'll give you a path out there. It'll definitely be slower. But he'll give you a path. You'll go to one of these gurus, ISKCON, maybe one of the gurus in the Narayan Raj group now, or the Radhakund Babaji's, or you go to Christ, or you go to I don't know, Jewish guy, or you go to Tony Robbins if you want lots of money or something, or business. If you come here, it's because we only give we only have one product stocked on the shelf. Yes, this is a business. It's Lord Chaitanya's business. And his business was distributing ecstatic devotion. That's all we do here. That's all. That's the only product on our shelf here. And if you don't want ecstatic devotion, it doesn't look good to you, well, and you want to be a devotee, well, then you'll just naturally be the other kind of devotee. Worship in fear if you like. Follow the rules and regulations and work your butt off and maybe get a little burned out and sick and tired and all that stuff, because that's not perfect. The Raganuga path is more perfect than the Vaidhi path. More deep, more interesting, more purifying, more fulfilling. Because you know why? Because spontaneous devotion is the pleasure of Krishna, and he wants to give that to you. He wants you to experience his pleasure. Because we are, many of us, Lalita is. Ooh, yeah. That's why look at her smile. Look at Lalita. Look at Janaki's smile. See? This is the pleasure of God. That's why she's laughing. He's laughing at me. He's using her as a vehicle for his laughter. That's what it is. He's always laughing at me, man. Thinks I'm stupid. He's true. I am. I'm stupid. Without him, I am a dum-dum. Let's see what people are saying here. All it depends on how much progress in devotee in a previous lifetime. A 25-year-old can be more advanced than a 60-year-old. Age is not, exactly. Age is not a reference for this. Yeah, and I remember when I first came to the ISKCON, I learned all these kind of silly things. Oh, Prabhu, you should offer more respect to this devotee because he was initiated 3 days or a week before you. So he's more advanced. That's called external bhakti. You're not thinking very deep. Eric, Gauri Das, you are a worldly bonehead, but it makes for good preaching. Okay, yeah. All right, well. Interesting statement from him. Okay. What a wonderful smile you have, Lalita Mataji. Isn't it amazing? She has a 5, like in the words of Amy Rose, a 5 miles, 1 mile. Hey, yeah, Janaki's got a pretty good one too, huh? They're buddies, you see? Buddies. Tom, in my opinion, if he was here for 6 years and didn't see any inner change in myself, I did Kula Tantra for 5 years. Yeah. Okay, anyway, I don't have time. There's too much to read there. You have a lot of words there.
When he says that or it is the fault of the devotee or it's the fault of the guru, I'm sure it's the fault of the devotee because everywhere you are a pig and you eat all kinds of food. You eat shit, and that's why you get confused.
Yeah. Yeah, the way you can tell, Eric, is you look at the other disciples who are, get the result. So if I was at fault for this, for his deficiency or Madhusudana's ignorance, if I was at fault, oh, these poor guys, you're lucky you're getting this. Yeah. I could just keep my mouth shut and you guys will be like you are when you pass from by, but you get an opportunity now because I'm opening my mouth. So yeah, if I was at fault for this, then you guys wouldn't be as ecstatic. See, because Tom doesn't listen like a Lalita listens or anybody else here that's advancing in devotional service. So you got to see some fruits. If you see some fruits, well, obviously it's the real deal, and you can see if it's the fault of a disciple. It's like, can you see Tom the way he is? Or Madhusudana the way he is? Can you see that? Well, what is the way Madhusudana? He looks fine. He comes and says, Haribo. No, I'm looking at, is he following the process? Is he doing service for this mission from his heart? Is he accepted a bona fide spiritual master? If he's thinking, I don't need one, well, then go out and do what I'm doing if you're really in the line. Let's see how much power and empowerment that Krishna gives you. You take some disciples like this, take all their karma and make ecstatic devotees like we do here. Prove it, man. So, hey, man, let's get with the program or not. I don't want to see you here another 6 years. I want to see you advancing or not. Or at least know that, like, hey, man, what am I doing? You don't obviously know. What do you need, a sledgehammer? Look, I preached to Tom over. I said, don't do this. I tell you, oh, thanks for the pep talk. Where's the pep, man? where's the spark in your gait, man? You still... You don't like it? Too bad. Both of you. I don't care. You don't like the truth? Prove me another truth. Get your ass up here, Madhusudana, and defend yourself. Okay. Abhay Devidasi says, yes, I can say in ISKCON there is many distance between spiritual master and disciple. And I remember that only for my Guru Maharaj, it was necessary the presence of some devotee, servant of my Guru, because I'm a brahmacharini, and he this was a problem. And I remember I was not so happy or comfortable. Yeah, there you go. See, it's a different level. They follow, well, Bhakti Siddhanta did that. You think Bhakti Siddhanta would be agitated by a beautiful woman? Even if a devotee is, to be honest with you, if you put a beautiful woman close to me, I might get a little attracted because I'm still, just a person. I'm not a sannyasi. But you know what? Bhakti Siddhanta didn't give what my disciples are getting. That's what you should be looking at. Not because Gaurahari is next to a beautiful, I would probably be my heart would get there. But you know what? When I chant Hare Krishna, somehow or other, the Lord, with his transcendental hand, man, he just peered by my heart and I feel at peace again. Isn't that funny? Well, then you're not really a real bona fide guru, yeah, because you get agitated with a woman. Yeah, so you say that to Shiva too, because what you say to Shiva, the Lord appeared as that Mohini, and he passed semen all over the planet, man. Says that. Sorry, but hey man, don't blame me, blame the Bhagavatam. I just told you what it says. He passed semen all over the place. I would just keep it in my heart a little bit, and then I'll say, well, I got to wait. Okay, got to chant Hare Krishna in a few minutes or something. But, I tell you, because, it's just natural, otherwise there would be no procreation. What do you have to, be? I'm not a sannyasi, I'm just a regular person, but a regular person that has the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and an order of Prabhupada. I don't know why Lord Prabhupada, well, I know why Prabhupada came. I was worshiping the Lord in ecstasy for a long time. And he was thinking, hey, man, I got a mission. I need somebody like you. All my disciples are afraid of ecstasy. You know, they're going on the old program, you know. They don't even understand ecstasy. You know, they start pee their pants if they see any ecstasy. So you like ecstasy. That means you like Krishna because Krishna's ecstatic. You like Radha because Radha's ecstatic. So I need somebody like you now. And he gave me the order. Yeah. So yeah, of course, you know, I'm sure these gurus would be agitated also. But you know what? They can't get rid of that unless they're ecstatic devotees. You know, love of Krishna, he can give you that. And if you get a little bit contaminated in this world, because you are a devotee and he's chosen to live in you, you came in the right path, either in this life or a previous one, he will purify you of that. You'll be peaceful again. At least I am. That's my experience. I can't help it. You know, sometimes I'll see, I got, you know, go to places, a lot of beautiful women, and my heart might feel, I know what lust feels like. Most people don't know. That Tom doesn't know. He feels a little lust and he immediately goes after some of the devotees here. He doesn't know what lust is. It motivates him. You know, I know when my heart is getting lusty, I know. Why? Because I know what love is. I know what pure love of God is. You know, the Lord is very kind. In Kali Yuga, he's giving to fallen souls like Gohari the highest love and the highest ecstasy. And even my disciples are getting it too. So I'm just following orders. I'm not going to glory in myself because I'm a big renunciate and a big sannyasi like Narayan Raj was doing and like all the pride of these disciples are doing. Oh, they're so great and so intelligent and everything, but they can't distribute this ecstatic devotion. But we do. Therefore, this is where the Lord really is. Ooh, sorry about the passion. See? So I teach what Lord Chaitanya actually said and taught. Now listen, a devotee, this is in the pastimes again, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, a devotee was a father of a son. And so Lord Chaitanya saw this an opportunity to preach what I'm preaching right now. This son had ecstatic devotion, and the father didn't at first. But the father said, oh, God, you have the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. You have ecstatic devotion. He was intelligent. Therefore, you're my guru. You're my spiritual master now. I'm going to learn from you because, you know, okay, I raised your body and everything, but you have a spiritual body. That spiritual body is going to awaken mine. See, I'm going to learn from you now because you have the mercy of Lord Chaitanya was on you. It's love. So Lord Chaitanya questioned the father and said, oh, is your son your father or are you the father of your son? And the father said, oh, well, yeah, I already figured that out. You're testing me. Okay, this is my conclusion. Your mercy, this ecstatic devotion, I'm just explaining, giving you a purport. The verse says, your mercy, I say, your mercy, which is ecstatic devotion, the inconclusive understanding, was first given to my son. And we, see, not just him, the whole village attained this ecstatic love through the son. So he is my father. Because we attained ecstatic devotion to Krishna. We attained love of Krishna. I say ecstatic, that's a little more clear. We attained love of Krishna through my son. Therefore, he is my guru. He is my spiritual father. And Lord Chaitanya said, yes, it is correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly the spiritual master. Certainly, no doubt. if you awaken devotion to Krishna and you've lived in but you didn't live in a cave and you didn't do austerities, you didn't follow all the rules and regulations, and you didn't chant 16 rounds or 1 lakh like the Narayan Raj and Radhakum Babaji's say you must do? No, not any of those things. No, if you are empowered by Lord Chaitanya and you by the Lord's grace flowing through you, awaken ecstatic devotion, you are certainly the spiritual master. Is that clear? Not yes, but. And you go with the buts because you're a butthead, because you can't do this. So you can say, Gaurari, like Purushet would say if he was here, Gaurari, so many faults. Look at no tilak, no neck beads, no regulative program. He's got so many faults, except the fault of awakening ecstatic love in many disciples here that he can't do even in his dreams. So where is the better path there? Abade, Dasi. Is this making any sense to anybody? Or am I alone? Like John the Baptist said, who am I? I'm just a voice in the wilderness saying, make straight the way of the Lord. It's kind of like that. Aren't we making it straight, man? You can't go this way or that way in this preaching. You just either go straight or you're off the rails. What do you think, Freddie? Is this kind of weird stuff or what? Is this?
Yeah, it might sound weird, but it is not weird at all. It gives joy to the soul, and yeah, that's the real. It's the real deal. It's the real thing. And if you come from Vaidhi land and you see this spontaneous weird guru preaching so boldly, then you might be confused. And then, because if you are programmed in the rules and you think Krishna can be attained by the rules, then it's a kind of your head is a kind of a concrete I don't know, a concrete head, and you cannot grasp what is going on here. So you need sufficient listening here so that you get cracks in the concrete and the concrete is removed, that the real thing is entering your brain and your intelligence, and then you start to see things as they really are. So it takes time to understand what is going on here, because if you look from a superficial level, from an external level, you just cannot see what is going on here. Then it is crazy. That you think, what are these guys doing? You know, they are joking around and they are very bold, and they crack jokes, and then they preach very hard, and then it looks like they are fanatics. It can look weird, but if you get the taste of it, it's very funny. You know, Krishna has a very funny way to present this message through the via medium of the real guru. And once you get through your first layers of conditioning and things start to clear up, then it becomes a very juicy process. It's very funny. It gives life to your soul, and that's why we gather here every day and we hear this Harikatha. We hear these very deep conclusions, esoteric conclusions on all tattvas, rasa tattva, jiva tattva, guru tattva, and you get very clear on every topic here discussed with ecstatic, spontaneous devotees.
Yeah. Abe Devi Dasi says, here it's 22:53 and usually I go to bed at 2200. But your voice, Maharaj, is so powerful that it is impossible for me to go to bed. So see, Abe, you're getting a glimpse of this. This is, if you're attracted to this kind of worship, this is all spontaneous. You think I sat down and was studying the books so I can give a class? You know, no, this is all the mercy of Krishna. Sadhu Sangha is spontaneous, devotees, spontaneous devotional service, and it's based on the deep revelations of the revealed scriptures, and also new beautiful ways. It's kind of like an art, like a dance, like a play. You know, it's the pastime of the Lord doing this, liberating souls. So you're very fortunate if you become attracted to our show. I guarantee you, if Purishit was here, he'd be smoke be coming out of his ears, man. Like I'm telling you, man, he would not like this. We would not make him very happy. He would definitely go to sleep. In the first few words, he would be asleep. Krishna would put him asleep, and he wouldn't hear anything I'm saying. Kind of like Woody. He does. I don't know how he's writing through the whole thing, all kinds of stuff. He must not be. It must be. Maybe that's his way of it. It has to come out of him. You know, all those words, man. You know, they're all in the way of your hearing there, Woody. But anyway, maybe this is first stage. Nitai Chandra was like that. Remember? He was writing. So I think the first phase is just, this is your purification, Woody. All right, yeah, right on, man. Yeah, I ain't gonna answer all this stuff because I ain't got the time, you know. But you just get it out, man. And then Krishna will put in more real bhakti, devotion. Peace will make you peaceful and happy and satisfied. Murti, let's check him out, man. You seem to. Hey, what are you thinking, man? What are you realizing, Mamre? Tell us. Give us a word.
Hare Krishna. Vaishnavas of Lord Chaitanya are missing Grace Place. So I'm very happy. So first time before I can comment something. So I'm offering my obeisances to Mother Lalita Ganga and all the devotees in the Sangha. But as you are preaching now, funny thing happens to me just right now. That's why I can see me raising my finger. So right now, as I was listening, so just right now, that's how I'm pointing my finger. So I can see Chintahama Prabhu enter my head and was just using my head to smile. And I assume that it's using as a witness to your preaching. So I'm just very funny. Just right now. I just those of I can see baby Chaitanya Prabhu smiling and in the form of is witnessing your comments. I'm using my head as a as a body, to witness. So I'm just imagining, just right now, just happening now. Just as I was watching. This is another miracle I'm seeing now. Amazing, just now. So I just dose off now. I can see maybe Chaitanya Prabhu was using my head and smiling, just like as a witness. I know this can be a warning for me that Mahaprabhu is also telling me that just now.
No, that's beautiful. Yeah, see that. Yeah, if you're really getting it and really listening, you get these revelations and realizations and insights by the Lord, and that strengthens our faith and our understanding. So it's really good. Yeah. Okay, I think we'll let everybody go. It's getting late over here.
All right. Maharaj, yeah, I'm very grateful. So, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Okay, let me play the song, a little song. I'll play you one of my ex-disciples' song. He never believed he was a disciple, but because he was here and he liked what we were doing, Krishna inspired him with these beautiful songs. And here's one of them we'll play. See if you like this one there, David. Anyway, you know who you are.
Abby.
Sorry, names right now in this state. I'm just a little bit.
It's related to Prabhupada, Abhay Cheran.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes. Okay, I'll play you this song, this beautiful song that we usually play. Okay, where is it? There you go. Yeah, just a couple of minutes here. We'll play this song here. So I hope you like the show.
Go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He will wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
He has come to taste and feel the sweetness of his friend.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
all you have to do is stay tuned, chanting of his name. Oh, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, every day the sun will set.
Haribo, Haribo.
Haribo. What's the end
Of your life, F devotion you don't get.
Haribo.
Haribo.
Take the name into your heart. Take it with you when you part. Haribo. Haribo.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
He has come to taste and
Give away the sweetness of his brain.
Chaitanya
Mahaprabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama, 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 Hare Hare.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All you have to do is stay tuned, the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Yashamati Nandana, Brajapadanagara.
All right, everybody. We'll see you later. Thank you for coming. I hope you
Hare
enjoyed.
Krishna.
Go on course today. We'll have another show for you tomorrow and the next day until our last breath. Keep coming back. Go back. Godhead will come to you.
Brajajanapalana.